So there's some news recently that's pissed me the fuck off. I want to make that very clear. And you can clearly see it on my screen. But let me just read it through. This tweet is from Wario64, so you Twitter, all that stuff. Not that fucking important. So this is what was said. The Game Awards expansion packs, new game seasons, DLCs, remakes, and remasters are now eligible in all categories if the jury demands the new creative and technical work to be worthy of nomination. So, borderline what this means, I know I completely butchered that. I just woke up. It's like 6 in the morning, as you can see right down there in the corner, like right here, This pretty much means DLCs, remasters, remakes, and new game seasons are all eligible for the Game of the Year awards. And one thing I do want to say is remakes have always been eligible, and that's fair. Remakes are a reimagining, or not quite a reimagining, but they're pretty much rebuilding the game from the ground up. That's a remake. Remasters and DLCs and new game seasons is just... I've always said new game seasons, with how many games are starting to do the whole seasonal thing, new game seasons should just be its own category in itself. I've said that for around a year now. Now that there's so many battle royales and so many of these games that use the seasonal type system, like what Fortnite's been using since Chapter 1, I feel like that's worthy enough for its own game category. What was the best season of a game this year? Personal thing, But the big thing here is DLCs and remasters. Now, remasters should not be counted. Because what the fuck stops a company from just making a remaster every single year and then it getting nominated for Game of the Year? It's stupid. Remasters shouldn't count. I say that with absolute confidence. Remasters shouldn't count in the slightest, obviously. They're a remaster of a game. Why the fuck should they count? And then the second big elephant in the room is the DLCs. DLCs, they really want to make this that obvious, If you didn't know, Shadow of the Tree released earlier this year, which is the hugely awaited expansion of Elden Ring. Personally, I played Elden Ring. I liked Elden Ring. Did I think it deserved Game of the Year? Personally, I was more of a God of War Ragnarok person, but I can see why Elden Ring won Game of the Year. And I'm not trying to be that one guy who did TV reviews and then shit on the act, man. No. I still think Elden Ring deserved Game of the Year. And with how many, fantastic games have been snubbed from Software games that have been snubbed at the Game of the Year awards, Elden Ring fully deserved it. And plus, God of War got 2018, so, and personally, Red Dead was my Game of the Year. But, yeah. So personally, I was a God of War Ragnarok person, but that's really, really very off topic. And then pretty much the DLC released earlier this year, and then people were talking about, well, should it be eligible for Game of the Year? Some people said yes. Some people said no. I was one of the people who said no. Again, as much as I loved Shadow of the Tree, it was a great DLC. DLCs are an expansion to a game. It shouldn't be counted as... It should not be counted as a nomination. In no world should DLCs be allowed to be nominated, the same as remasters. Remakes, yes. Remasters, no. DLCs, no. DLCs are expansions of video games. They add to video. I just wanted to pause that. They add to a game. They add to a game that's already released. This is the Game of the Year awards. The Game of the Year awards. The Game of the Year award. Game of the Year awards, not DLC or Remaster of the Year awards. It's not that. If you having a category for DLCs, and probably not remasters, but having a category for DLCs is great. You should have categories for DLCs, but having DLCs be eligible for Game of the Year is ridiculous, especially seeing as Phantom Lab, which is, I think it was called Phantom Labs or Phantom Labs or whatever the fuck it was, Cyberpunk DLC. I never played it, but it looked incredible. You know what I mean? I still haven't played Cyberpunk. I don't know why. I just couldn't get around the RPG mechanics. It just wasn't really my thing, which is surprising seeing as I love Skyrim and Fallout, but different development studio. I'm just saying they're similar. Not really. Okay, I'm a dipshit, shut up. But yeah, more realistically, it's become a clown show, the jury, yeah. It's a clown show, you know what I mean? DLCs should not be counted. New games of seasons shouldn't be counted. Remasters shouldn't be counted. Remakes, fine. Remasters, DLCs, new seasons of games, that's ridiculous. It's a clown show. It's ridiculous. This shouldn't even be in the realm of possibilities. And you can clearly tell the reason why they've released this is one reason. and it's very simple. Elden Ring's Shadow of the Tree is going to get a nomination this year for the Game of the Year awards, and it should not. And I will stand on all grounds that Shadow of the Tree should not get a nomination this year. So if you didn't know, nominations are pretty much releasing tomorrow. I forgot the Pacific time. I think 9 a.m. I'd have to bring it up. It's somewhere here. Yeah, so I actually just found the tweet. So this is pretty much the tweet. Jeff revealed it himself. Tomorrow, the nominations for the Game of the Year nominations are revealed at noon ET. 9 a.m. I'm assuming that's AM, PT, and 5 p.m. GMT. I don't know what the fuck that converts to Australian. I'll just chuck that shit up on screen. So yeah, I'll be streaming it tomorrow live on Twitch. I'll just chuck the URL up on stream. Yeah, up on the screen. You know, I've been streaming a little bit. Haven't streamed for 2 days, so I've been working on getting it up. But sorry, I'm getting stupidly off topic. But yeah, this is obviously not the greatest. That is a really low quality image. Wow. Yeah. And this isn't me, and I want to make this very, very clear. I'm not sitting here saying Shadow of the Tree is a bad DLC. That's not the situation. Shadow of the Tree is maybe the greatest DLC of all time. Maybe. Just close. A couple DLCs I can think of that kind of a little bit outdo it. But Shadow of the Tree is an amazing DLC. And this isn't me shitting on it and saying that it shouldn't. Like, this isn't me shitting on it saying it's bad. This is me saying we're talking about the Game of the Year category. We're not talking about game, like, DLC of the year or anything like that. DLC of the year? 100%. You know, whatever. It's DLCs. But a DLC is an expansion to a game. It's not a game. You know? I don't care how you may make the argument, but it's as big as a game. It's a... No. No. Some people make the really stupid fucking or retarded argument that a DLC, if it's as big as a game, it should be nominated. No. It's an expansion to a game. You have to play the game, to play the DLC, you have to own the original game. That is a DLC. I don't fucking care if it's 600 hours long. It's a DLC. Get that through your thick fucking skulls, dipshits. Anyway, I'm getting a little heated over this. This is something I got really heated over because it's just ridiculous. I don't know why anyone sits here and thinks, oh, it's DLC. I'm yapping now. I'm gonna go. That's pretty much it. I'll be live tomorrow at whatever time I just chuck up on screen to watch this. It's gonna be pretty fun. I'm pretty excited to see the nominations. I hope my boy Astrobot gets nominated. I loved Astrobot. Yeah, but yeah, I'll keep you all updated as more information comes out, and yeah, and I'll also be live for the Game of the Year awards, but that's in December. That's like 3 weeks away. Anyway, yeah. Okay, all goodbye.